An update to breaking news this morning. A fire at a West Omaha apartment complex late last night left residents in 27 units displaced. The Omaha Fire Department was called to the fire shortly before 10 p.m. last night in an apartment near 127th Street and West Dodge Road. Well, a fire official tells First Alert 6 at the scene that when crews got there, they saw smoke coming from a third-story balcony, and then they found the fire was in the kitchen. OFD Battalion Chief Mickey McLaughlin said firefighters had to help residents get to safety. This includes elderly as well as others, and they confirmed that one person was taken to the hospital as well. Well, in an update this morning, OFD says investigators found the fire was caused by some food left unattended on the stove. And though the fire was contained to one unit, other units were damaged from smoke and water, so hence the displacements there. That is our update this morning to some breaking news from the Omaha Fire Department. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. My name is Elena Riley, and I bring you our top morning headlines, so let's get into more of those this Wednesday morning.
All right, well, thank you. I'll let our people know that.
Right, next up, lawmakers failed to strike an agreement to keep government programs and services running by the deadline today, when the clock hit midnight. Well, federal agencies stopped receiving money as the U.S. plunged into a government shutdown for the first time in nearly 7 years. According to the Associated Press, roughly 750,000 federal workers are expected to be furloughed, with some potentially fired by the Trump administration. And without these workers, some government functions will be put on hold. In the Trump, AP reports that during Trump's first term, the nation endured its longest ever shutdown, which is 35 days, over his demands for funds that Congress refused to provide to build his promised U.S.-Mexico border wall. Well, Republicans insist that Democrats should agree to extend current funding, but Democrats are refusing to do so without some major concessions over enhanced health care subsidies, according to CNN. And the White House's website now features a ticking clock next to the phrase, "Democrats have shut down the government." Next up this morning, today, First Alert 6 expects to learn new details about a deadly police shooting in Council Bluffs. It's happened back in August, on August 27th. Well, an Iowa State Patrol trooper did a traffic stop near the 77-mile marker of Interstate 29 at about 5:35 p.m. And according to a report from the Iowa Department of Public Safety, a man identified as Michael Broyles, he's 48, of Battlefield, Missouri, brandished a firearm and then fled. A pursuit began around 6 and ended near the Pottawatomie County Jail a short time after, according to authorities. And a report reads that at the conclusion of the pursuit, Broyles exited his vehicle with a firearm and ultimately fired at the responding officers, and the officers returned fire, striking Broyles. He was later pronounced dead at the hospital, and the officers were placed on leave per department policy. So we will have an update on that today, expected. Next up, the paid sick time law in Nebraska is set to take effect today. And last November, nearly 75% of Nebraskans voted to see paid sick leave become law. And this new law requires businesses with 11 or more employees to give them paid sick time. And prior to the law, businesses with less than 20 employees would offer 5 paid sick days, and businesses with more than 20 employees would offer 7. Employees will accrue paid sick time after 80 hours of employment at a minimum of 1 hour of paid sick time for every 30 hours worked. And by law, employees can use that paid sick time for their own illness or the illness of a family member. Moving along this morning, a series of hearings over a plan to cut $27.5 million from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's budget will start today. Well, the plan was proposed on September 12th and includes $21 million to close a structural gap and additional $6.5 million in reductions. The hearings will run through next Friday, with each one focusing on a different field of study. They will be live streamed and not open to the public. Some proposed reductions to be discussed includes agricultural economics, theater and film, music, as well as earth and atmosphere sciences, to name a few. And to give feedback, you can fill out an online form. We have that here in this web story. We'll visit that in a little bit. And once these hearings are complete, the Academic Planning Committee will use the feedback to provide recommendations to UNL Chancellor Rodney Bennett. And he will then create a final plan and present it to the Board of Regents at their December meeting. Last up this morning, today was supposed to be the deadline for the Medical Cannabis Commission to award licenses for growers here in Nebraska, but that is now impossible. On Monday, Governor Jim Pillen asked Commissioners Bruce Bailey and Kim Lowe to resign from the Liquor Control Commission, and the two also serve on the Medical Cannabis Commission. And the commission held its final September meeting yesterday, and their commenters urged commissioners to follow the law, maintain integrity, and resist pressure from the governor or attorney general. And the list of 39 applicants to grow medical marijuana needs to be narrowed down to 4. The commission's meeting is set for next Tuesday, where license decisions are expected to be made. And Omaha City Council voted unanimously to pass an ordinance on medical cannabis regulations for the city in its weekly meeting yesterday. Right. We'll head here to our website at First Alert 6. Which is 6 things you need to know on Wednesday, October 1st. I bring this to you every weekday at around 6 a.m. to get you started with your day, get you those top headlines, as well as this live stream at around 8 a.m. to talk them over. Alrighty, thank you very much for joining me this morning. Everyone have a great start to your Wednesday.